each other personally.
Yeah. Both got the most explosive fighters that I've known, but physically I think he's still stronger, even though, and maybe the mental strength. On the other hand,
so far in the first round, Berto is busier, and down goes. Ortega immediately made the ruling. He's a good referee who's a former fighter and sees pretty well.
Punch did it, but you may be right, Jim. There could have been a trip.
Landing anywhere above the waist, and it did. Even if it was a grazing blow, he blocked. He wouldn't have went down there had I been hit.
Berto staggered again. Straight left hand by Ortiz. And Berto does go in late.
Ortiz has come out here to a fighter inside as well as outside. Berto, I find myself surprised by that.
I'm stunned. Berto pastes Ortiz with a big right hand. Ortiz walks through it. Keeps throwing. Berto blocking the shot. Ortiz is trying to get rid of him right here.
There seems to be having no something. But I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
From behind in the late rounds to reel in Collazo. As the left hand that put him down in the...
Here we see the left hand shot that landed by Ortiz, even though it wasn't a clean blow, to me officially was a knockdown. That was still, if he didn't land the blow, he would not have fell down.
He did, in fact, make contact with the front foot.
And here we had, it was a shot that came through the straight left, followed with the right hand, and that he was really knocked down at this time after this shot here. And this was called the official knockdown.
The upper gate.
But you know, Ortiz is really sharp.
Let's see if Berto has his composure back.
Yeah, very explosive, and he still.
We have to keep in mind that Ortiz has been
fight.
Berto, I don't think he's fully recuperated.
But he's fighting.
Guys got in the showdown back in January. Alexander.
Certainly Bradley and Alexander fireworks we saw in the first round here. Good uppercut by Berto. Ortiz is trying to land one more big right hook.
He's trying to land one or two short punches. There you go, those short punches.
Who is basically a right-hander.
Berto has a look of concern.
It's not just his confidence, Jim, it's his whole state of mind coming into this fight. That he was facing an
terrific right-hand shot in the corner, but Ortiz took it and stayed right there.
That's that punch the way he did.
All of Ortiz's punches are very
There's the right hand again.
Here you see Berto step back, shoot a perfect time right hand, and at the same time that Ortiz was coming in with his legs half off balance. He's trying to catch his balance, but it was an official clean knockdown. I don't think Ortiz was hurt that bad when he got to his feet, but he was knocked down with a clean right hand.
16 out of 32. So Ortiz remains the busier fight as his hands go. More fearless in the first couple of rounds. But Berto will emerge from the slugfest which has taken place so far. But they're back to slugging again.
But Berto is still never, to me, fully compared to the way Berto was when he went down.
Uppercut lands for Ortiz. Berto holding on.
Let him go. Ortiz is fighting like a young man.
Big short punches.
Left hand lands for Ortiz. Big third. And painted twice.
Watch your head inside.
The new Ortiz, and this will answer a lot of the questions that we.
An examination for both of them, and right now they're both passing them.
Hard right hand by Berto. Another silly brawl.
But you let the guy keep throwing those punches. He's playing the numbers game. I think Berto is really still weakest.
And Berto alternating between looks of desperation and
although Ortiz didn't get to land a whole lot of devastating clear punches, I think this right uppercut between the gloves is probably the signature punch of the entire round.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't know why he kept motioning him in, because every time Berto would motion for Ortiz to come in, Ortiz would wrap us.
Ortiz is a man on.
This is the type of guy that I hate to go in a ring against with a fighter when they see that look in his eye, that I will not be determined. I will not be lose tonight. I will not be denied. And that's the way he's fighting.
2 more hard shots. Another right hook for Ortiz. Again, Berto motions him in.
What is that? That manual, why is he doing?
This is not that sturdy right now, and he needs the ropes to hold him up.
But what's the motioning Ortiz in?
He's tired.
Big left hand by Berto. Ortiz walked right through it.
There you see the legs. That's why he's in the ropes, because of the legs.
If Ortiz would go to the body a few times, he might finish him. It's a hard way to win, hoping the other guy punches himself out by hitting you.
With Ortiz's power shots before. Were it not for his
legs are still weak to me.
He's still leaning against the ropes for support. Still motion.
Rounds he may have destroyed. Well, you know, sometimes whatever your plans are, could stand toe-to-toe with him. Now he's trying to
trade another pair of big shots. Good hard right hook inside by Ortiz. Ortiz still physically dominant into the 5th round. Ortiz testing Berto's legs once again.
Fight as though he just needs one punch to change it all.
In profession, he hasn't been tested, but this is, as you said, Larry, this is as a professional. Collazo was a tough fight.
161 pounds for one thing. Look at the lats. The belt
been fighting decision probably, like where he probably should have been fighting all the time.
This was part of the mantra for Ortiz coming into the fight in the junior welterweight division, and right now it looks every bit to be true.
Here you see Ortiz mixing up his combinations very well. Even though Berto has had a real tight defense, he's been able to find gaps on the outside.
They've settled in to box a little bit more.
He's told us a kind of peculiar story of winding up spending 2 weeks of Jersey off the English coast. He goes there for a vacation.
This is the best start Berto's had in a round.
No, don't hit him.
And he now seems...
Slow start for him, or is it just Ortiz?
I think it's Ortiz. It is very difficult for him to see, and it just so much to try. He used to box. He was the New York Golden Glove champion. I've worked with him when I was training Eminem. We was talking about that.
Let him out.
Glorious tradition, the Golden Gloves. Just making the distinction for you. Down goes Ortiz on a perfect right-hand shot by Berto, and now beats Ortiz to punch with a right hand.
Ortiz's legs are very weak here. Yeah. This is the 6th round. It was the
hard right hand by Berto.
He realizes the clock is ticking out, so he's trying to get that one shot off.
It's been a great round for Berto.
Yep.
After he's troubled through the first 5. His uppercut is good too. Now Ortiz has got.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable!
And then Berto goes down.
Unbelievable.
Ortiz coming in, didn't do anything wrong. Split second. That's what's boxing about, and he gets caught. And the same thing happens later on in the round when. And here we're at the end with Berto getting caught the same way. No one did anything or made any mistake. It happens. That's what.
His fight of the year candidate is perhaps a bit overused. In 6, Berto 28 of 40.
It's the 2, Victor Ortiz. You know, Jim, let's talk about round 6. A little bit more in the 3 minutes of action. 4 rounds to 2, Ortiz. Let him out.
I asked earlier if there was an American fighter in the house who was. We've got 2 of them right now.
So far.
They're earning their reputation the hard way.
Let him out. Let's go.
But you know, you're looking at still, there seems to be still so much energy compared to Berto. So still shows to me he's got a lot more left.
These are huge shots which are landing for both fighters.
Oh my God.
Be great man in this sport.
David Harmon corrects me, there are four official knockdowns in the fight. Who knows? There have been so many fireworks.
Overexcited.
Thank you.
Does anybody think we've seen the last knockdown in this fight?
Not I. Not as long as they're throwing what they're throwing. And you saw the wobble there by Andre Berto.
Let him out.
But you know, it's going to be very tough because Ortiz is so determined. And as hurt as he was back the next round, fighting with the same energy and the same spirit.
But it's really difficult, isn't it, to change a slugfest into a boxing match?
One is as fresh, and their legs aren't as good as they were earlier. Berto likes this fight than for any fight that he's won.
It's amazing that the power.
The slugfest continues in round 8 in Connecticut. Amazing display of tenacious hustling by Victor Ortiz.
Excited by all these knockdowns.
Both fighters seem now had a history of these kind of tumultuous fights in the amateurs. Of course, in the amateurs, of the 290 combined landed punches all the way. Andre Berto is settling into a little bit. Ortiz, for his part, intelligently wants to keep.
Fighting that they're still throwing punches with full power and all the way through. There's never been any lack of power in the punches.
Giving Berto a chance to win the quiet rounds here and winding up fairly even toward the end of the fight.
Harold in the last round. I have Ortiz not going to lay back the way he did in the...
Berto behind the head again.
Berto hasn't been able to pull the trigger as
right.
much as he...
And he's got to try to land that right hand.
86-83, 6 rounds to 3, Victor Ortiz. There's no catch-up or to win this fight. Victor Ortiz, the busier guy, landed the hard shots, winning most of those.
Now Ortega tells Berto he's holding.
I like the way he breaks him up quickly and doesn't let those clinches go on.
And now Ortiz seems motivated to try to put the power. Had a point taken away. This, no doubt, is the motivation to try to make the round an even round.
He's determined to not let happen what happened in the Peterson fight, where he thought he was winning and all he had to do was box for 4 or 5 rounds.
It's a mark of how weak Berto's legs are.
Very difficult for him to pick himself up.
Let's go.
He's not punching at full power anymore.
No, he still punches with it.
We should remind everybody
Good left hand by Ortiz.
that Berto is ranked only behind Pacquiao and Mayweather in the welterweight division. And that this is the first fight.
Looks like there's a new welterweight in town, and his name is Victor Ortiz.
And this is the...
Like a man possessed.
Here you see where the point was deducted from Ortiz when he threw a left hand and miss. Berto went down trying to avoid punch, which he should, and here he's hitting him back. And it's just one of those situations where I would not have taken a point myself if I was a referee.
12 out of 31 for Berto. And Ortiz succeeded in evening the record.
Befitting his overwhelming favorite to retain to the body, Emmanuel.
Yeah, if he can take a step back, he would be better because they keep colliding. They're going right together. If he would just move forward and then pull back for a minute and have Berto off balance.
Berto looks really out.
This is the way Berto looked in rounds 1 and 2. Up against the ropes, trying to get the ropes to help him stand up.
Referee looks like he would stop the fight if Ortiz would land another.
And
Ortiz is having his way again. Demands with this performance.
Well, they promoted him a little too early as the next Oscar, this Mexican-American who would be a big box office attraction.
Victor has been bringing it in every single...
He's the welterweight champion for one more round.
You know, to tell your fighter that he's up by 5 points.
He has created for himself a style which is about risk, and he just got hit with 2 big shots by Andre. Berto had a moment.
People, most of all, how well he's taken some of Ortiz.
Another big left hand for Ortiz all night long. 90 seconds left for Berto to try to rescue his position in the welterweight division. He has a magical backstory. There were some in the past several months who wondered whether he of a fighter. No one will question his heart after tonight. It's been a courageous show by both fighters.
One up.
But if the stock of both fighters went up, the stock and fans will not be able to wait to see him. Excitement. This, because frankly, there seemed to be a bushel of them. Round 1, down goes Berto on big shots by Ortiz in the corner. This is the second trip to the canvas in the round 2. Berto gets his on a counter right hand, boom. Ortiz knocked down, and the glove holds him back up. All-out war between the two fighters. First, Berto knocks Ortiz down with a perfect right hand. And at that moment, it appeared that Berto was in position to reverse the fight. But in the closing seconds of the round, Ortiz knocked Berto back down. Never seemed to be the same threat to Ortiz again. Ortiz lost a point in the 10th round for hitting behind the head. But because of his general dominance throughout the fight, he winds up with a...
For your winner, by unanimous decision, and new WBC welterweight champion of the world, Vicious Victor Ortiz.